Duh! Yankees lose. The Cleveland Guardians just got a huge 6-4 win to bring their winning streak to 4 games. They are starting to really get on a roll. The offense has picked up. The pitching has been getting a lot better day by day. I have a lot to talk about in this video, and I'm going to kind of just go on a whim. I have no notes. There is no script. I'm just going to say what comes to my mind. So, let's get into it. But first, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so the Cleveland Guardians pulled off a sweep against the Pirates. It wasn't pretty at times, especially with the bullpen and especially with Emmanuel Clase, but today the Guards returned to Progressive Field to start their biggest homestand of the year against the Yankees, and even though it is the regular season and even though it is early in the season, anytime you play the Yankees, it's always going to be an intense game because this has become a rivalry for Cleveland. I'm not sure if it is for New York, but for us it still is because we have not been able to get the best of them in the playoffs. But anytime you beat the Yankees, it's nice as a Cleveland fan. And today it happened, but it wasn't easy. It seemed like it was going to be easy because the game started out 6-0 Cleveland, but you knew the Yankees were going to go deep a couple of times. They're the best home run hitting team in the league, and they did. But luckily, Kate Smith was able to come in and shut things down. I don't even think I'm going to be able to have much of the game footage to show you guys available because they don't release it until like 8 hours after the game ends or something, and I'm recording this video literally 5 minutes after the last pitch. But yeah, that was so satisfying. Watching Aaron Boone in the Yankees dugout chirp about a strike three that was right down the middle to Wells, that was such a Yankees type of move, and it's why they are so hateable. I even thought the one to Judge was borderline. I thought it should have been a strike, and it was called a strike. I'm not sure why Yankees fans are so set on that was a ball. I was scrolling Twitter for a second. They are just adamant, like it was 50-50. And you knew the ump was going to call that a strike after Aaron Boone started chirping about that first strike to Austin Wells. I mean, you can't do that as a manager. You're costing your team. Gavin Williams pitched a beauty in this game. This was one of his best performances as a Cleveland Guardian, considering that this game was against the Yankees, who usually tear it up at Progressive Field. He pitched 6 in the 3rd inning, gave up 7 hits, but only 2 earned runs and struck out 8 batters. And he threw 104 pitches too, so he definitely put in some work. Paul Sewald, not his best outing. He allowed a Jazz Chisholm home run that cut the lead to 2, but nonetheless, the bullpen did what they had to do, and the Guardians were able to come out on top. And now, for the numbers that the Guardians lineup put up, Steven Kwan was 2 for 4 with 2 runs. He is just amazing, man. His average is up to 333, so he's getting 1 hit every 3 at bats right now. Nolan Jones, he was 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. I've already said what I've said about him. You guys know my opinion. I do think he deserves a little bit of time because I know how baseball works, but I am just not a big fan. I would so much rather have Will Brennan out there in right field, or even Noel, but I think that Brennan definitely needs to get called up soon. Jose Ramirez had a big game. He was 2 for 5. He hit a 3-run bomb to get the offense going, and then he also had a single to drive in a runner. So he finished the game with 4 RBIs. Kyle Manzardo followed up Jose's 3-run bomb with his own home run. He was 1 for 3 with 1 run, 1 RBI. Well, actually, I shouldn't even say any of that. He had a home run, so that's why his stats were what they were. Carlos Santana, he was 0 for 4, not his best game, but he was patient at times. It just wasn't his night. Hopefully, he can have a better game tomorrow. Gabriel Arias, he was 1 for 4, and Hel Martinez was 2 for 4 with a run. He is amazing too. He's batting .364. He has been one of the unsung heroes of the season so far, and I expect him to be up in the bigs the rest of this season. Bo Naylor was 0 for 4, but he's been red hot over the last week or so. And then Rocchio was 2 for 2 with an RBI. Not sure if he broke his hand there at the end. Hopefully he didn't, but we're going to find out in the morning. He tried to actually stay in the game, but I'm not going to take anything away from that. I'm not going to make any assumptions from that because he was definitely running on adrenaline, and like 2 minutes after, the pain started to set in, and that's when he pulled himself for Schneemann. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to getting an update on him as soon as possible because we don't want to lose Rocchio right now. I know he has struggled at shortstop. He had another error in this game, but still, I think he has a lot of upside, and you definitely want to see him on the field. And I don't know how the thought that his hit by pitch was a foul ball. Maybe he just heard something. I mean, obviously I wasn't behind home plate, but I mean, when a guy just falls to the ground and looks like he's about to die for a few seconds, I feel like you should just send him to first base right away because nobody can put on that kind of acting. If you can, you definitely should be in Hollywood. The guards pitching in this game just did so well against the Yankees' top 3 hitters. Austin Wells was 0 for 5, Judge was 1 for 4 with 2 Ks, and then Bellinger was 1 for 4 as well. If you can keep those Yankees hitters on a consistent basis to 2 for 13, then you're really going to put yourself in a good spot to beat them. Obviously, you're not going to every game, but I think we discovered what the winning formula is, because really the Yankees don't have a ton of depth. They have good players. I know Dominguez is a good prospect. He homered. He smacked that ball. But even outside of Jazz Chisholm hitting a home run, he's batting 161. Reyes is batting 182. I know it's early. Dominguez is hitting 232. Even Bellinger's only hitting 183 right now, and Wells is hitting 182. So the Yankees definitely have their big dogs with pop, but it's not like they're unbeatable. But yeah, that's basically my recap and my thoughts of the Yankees game. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Now let's go to Sunday on Easter and talk about the Guardians' 5-4 win in Pittsburgh. That was one of those games where Steven Kwan and Kyle Manzardo led the way offensively. They combined for all 5 RBIs. Steven Kwan again, just amazing. And Kyle Manzardo has been on a tear. He's been going deep almost every single game. He's crazy. He's going to finish the year batting like 212 with 57 home runs. It's ridiculous. But the main takeaway and concern from that game is Emmanuel Clase, because I'm starting to lose faith. It's just, I thought he was going to find it, but it turns out that he's just a lazy, arrogant pitcher that is just not going to get better. He lost it, and I don't think he's going to find it. He's lost his confidence, and he's not a hard worker from what I've heard. So I hope he does find it, because he was electric last year, and I love Emmanuel Clase. I love his fireman entrance, but man, it's tough to support him right now, because every time he comes in, he just blows things up. It's embarrassing. But that is just a Cleveland fan that I had to get out of me. It's only been a few weeks. Obviously, I'm overreacting, but still, the signs do not look good right now for Emmanuel Clase. And maybe they should give him a break from the closing role, put Cade Smith in there for like a month or so, and see if Clase can find his rhythm. Let me know what you guys think the Guards should do about that. Anyways, tomorrow the Guardians, of course, play the Yankees again. Tanner Bybee will take the mound, and we really need to see him lock in and have a good performance, because it's been a struggle for him early on in the year. We know he's got great stuff. We know he's Tanner Bybee. He really is the true ace right now until Shane Bieber comes back. So we need to see it. We need to see him get his feet under him. We need to see him go out there and dominate and not be scared to throw pitches. I know the Yankees are going to get their home runs. They're going to expose bad pitches, but you don't want to pitch scared, because that's when you run into trouble. It's better to give up a solo home run than to give up a 3-run bomb or a grand slam. You're not going to get beat on solo home runs in the current state of the MLB, so you might as well not even worry about it. After this Yankee series, the Guardians will host Boston. That should be a fun matchup. Can't wait for that one. And then after that, it's Minnesota, who has been struggling so much. Hopefully, the Guards can get a sweep there. Man, this team really is a spot where they can start separating themselves if they can continue to stay hot and get on a roll, because if you get 10 to 15 games above 500 right now, that really sets the tone for the rest of the season. We saw what happened last year. They surpassed expectations right away, and they just carried it throughout the entire season and into the postseason. I wish I could show you guys some post-game interviews, but it's just so hard to find them. I've been looking on Twitter, on YouTube, they're just nowhere. I know the NBA makes it super easy, so that's why I always show you like Kenny Atkinson or Jerome or Mitchell, whatever they had to say. I would love to do that, but the MLB they make it impossible. So I'm sorry that this was more of like a podcast style video. I know I couldn't show too many clips, but if you made it to this point and enjoyed, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and let me know again what you thought about this game in the comments below. And until next time, I will see you all later.